going on, ladies and gentlemen? T to the M to the IDD. Today we have the very first reaction video from one of T Mid's very first videos here on YouTube. I will link it in the description below, tag it in the corner if you want to go take a look back at it. It was published on May the 2nd of 2019, just when I started photography and slightly when I started to get a little bit more in depth with YouTube, not really taking it quite seriously at that point in 2019, but more so at the later end of 2020 when I started to pick things up. But I thought it would be good to go through this video from so long ago just to tell you how I may have done things a little bit differently and see if the images I've taken then still holds any value to me. So let's jump into this video. I'm kind of cringing right now because it's like I'm bringing something back from the past that I should just lock away and never look at again. But I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to react to this because I haven't looked at it since about 2019. So wish me luck and take this ride with me. If you haven't, hit that like button, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Put T Mid in the comments and let's just go ahead and do this. Okay, it's starting. Now this was with the Nikon D800. And it's still a great camera. I upgraded from the Nikon D3200. Now, keep in mind, look at this intro. Keep in mind, I did not have any models at this point. My portfolio was just kind of blank. So I was pretty much trying to take and get shots of anybody that I possibly could. Now this location is something that I normally see a lot. So at this point I wasn't really actively location scouting, but look at that picture. Okay. So I wasn't actively looking for locations at this point, but she decided that she was going to do a shoot for me. It did take a while for her to actually do it. And I think one of the things that really made her willing to do it was that her birthday was coming up. And so keep in mind, I have no portfolio whatsoever. So it's hard for me to reach out and try to get people to do photo shoots with me because I don't have anything to show. So at this point, when she's like, oh, my birthday is coming up, so, maybe you could take some birthday pictures, I'm like, let's do it. I'm trying to build my portfolio. Let's go. All right. We got that out the way. Now, let's take a look at a little bit more of these shots. Okay, we got the unedited. The location, I actually like the location. I like the location. My camera I was using for this was the Sony a7S II, so it was 4K, still a great camera in 2019. So, I was happy with that quality. Maybe my composition and posing, and just look at that video editing. It just was not in sync at all. It was not in sync at all. Let's see, can we get a edited photo and kind of break that down? But this was natural light. Now, I didn't know too much about lighting at this point. Later on in the video, I do use an off-camera flash, which is the Young Nuo. But you can see right there. You can see right there, I made her laugh. Now, one thing about me, communication between a model, I've always been a person that can break the ice and ease any conversation to make somebody comfortable. So that's one thing that I did have working in my favor in this particular moment. I am able to kind of figure somebody out, see where I could joke with them and find some things in common just to make the shoot go a little bit better. So that's one thing I know that I do have. Okay, so let's see. I am trying to give some direction. I'm looking like a pro. Y'all see that stance, right? The famous leg pop. They love the leg pop. Now, this composition I came up with, and I put her in there, and I actually like it. I like the colors, the image. Oh my goodness. The colors are just great on a Nikon anyway, but I'm kind of looking at how I put the video together. Okay, let's pause that right there. Okay, it's kind of interesting because what I don't like is the fact that I'm bringing that zoom in, that photo to you, and it's not in sync with the unedited versus the edited. I don't like that. I want it to be smooth and sync. The other thing I don't like is just the plain black background, which is why you see something in my backgrounds nowadays. Now, with these images, at this point in time, I am not really serious. I'm just starting photography, so I'm not using the best softwares. What I am editing with this software is GIMP. Now, I am using Adobe Premiere to edit the video, but I didn't want to add the money to get Photoshop and Lightroom. I'm like, GIMP is free, so I can use GIMP. What I noticed from my experience, now that I have the dynamic range and the colors are not great using GIMP. That is one thing that I can say for sure. It is not as precise on the color science, which is why on the left you see orange, and on the right, partly my editing too at this point, but it just wasn't as great with the colors. So let's go ahead and keep watching. But by the way, I still love this photo though. This is probably one of my favorite photos from this session. Okay, we're getting a little bit of posing because she didn't know what to do at all. So, at this point, I'm kind of recalling different things. And that's not too bad. Some things that are distracting in the background. But you see, one thing that I do like that I did was I was always actively moving the camera because I like dynamic video. Like, I know me personally, I don't want to watch a video and it's in that same angle for 5 minutes. Like, it just gets boring to me. So at this point, I'm trying different things. I'm liking the images. She is loving the images. So I am feeling great about what I am doing here. You can't tell me nothing. That D800, and this is with the 50 millimeter. Now, also, you can notice that at this point, 2019, I wasn't putting my settings up either. So just unedited. What am I doing right here? Unedited, and it's like three-fourths of the way down the page, like not even in the middle of the video. Off-camera flash shots. I think I didn't get much version 4. Just look at these. The photos aren't bad, but it's really the consistency. The consistency with the editing is not good at all. my infamous close off. that isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Now, compositions, lighting. I was using the 24 by 24 Godox Softbox, and I used that for the longest. And I had like an S bracket with my Young Newell 560 in there. And don't get me wrong, that Young Newell gets the job done. But I had literally the most minimalist package for off-camera flash at that point in time. And just to look back, this is why I leave these things on my page, because I love to look back, and I love other people to be able to look back at my work. Now, sometimes it could be a bad thing, because somebody can only look at that and not even look at the current things on your page and just assume that, oh man, look at their work, I'm not going to subscribe to this. So it's kind of a thing that can be good and bad. So it's a lot of things that have been improved upon. The natural light, though, at that point in time, I'm not gonna lie, if it was harsh light outside, I probably still would have shot, not knowing anything in 2019. I probably would have shot right into the sun and just thought that it looked the best. It was the best thing ever. But luckily, it was kind of like in the evening, sun was down. That was in May, actually. So it was in the late evening, and it was even lighting. So I was able to get those shots. And just to kind of close this off, I'm going to bring up that image. Now, this is the image from the photo shoot. Now, I wanted to add a newer version of this image in this video with my previous edit. Now that I use Photoshop and all that good stuff, I know that the colors would render so much better, and I can even out those tones and things like that. However, I do not have those files. Well, I do, but I just cannot access them because they crashed on this hard drive. But I am going to keep it with hopes that I can recover it someday. But I did want to give you a close-up shot of this particular image, and it was edited in GIMP. But hopefully I can get the original raw file and just update it, because I still love this shot. I still think that it was a great shot for the time that I took it in 2019. Now, that was the first reaction, first walkthrough with T-Mid. One of his, that's a throwback. When you say throwback, that is definitely a throwback video. If you haven't seen it, definitely go back and check it out, because it might even open your eyes even more to where T-Mid started with his creative journey versus where I am now. And hopefully it encourages someone to keep creating and never stop. So I hope that you like this new segment, showing my vulnerability to be able to bring some of these photo shoots back into light with a larger following, because at this point, 2019, I maybe had 60 subscribers. So it wasn't really anybody watching at that point. But anyway, I thank you for watching. I thank you for supporting this channel. I thank you for really sticking out with this channel and helping this channel grow, because we are continuously growing. It's a lot of work putting this content out, thinking of new ideas and, just interesting things that you all would like to see. So if you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments below. Also, hit that like button for me. It really, really helps the channel. It helps other people to be able to see this channel. And if you are not subscribed, what are you doing? T to the M to the IDD. I drop content consistently, and I think anyone that watches this channel can vouch for me, at least on that. This art is subjective, so we all have our own ways of how we do things, and stay true to you, definitely. But I just want to be able to share and hopefully reach some of you all and teach you a thing or two, and vice versa, because learning goes both ways, right? So until the next video, T to the M to the IDD. Peace.